I do this all the time. Now we are.
I just thought I'd let you know before we get too deep.
It should be live there now.
Are
Sorry.
people commenting, or are they just listening, or what?
I guess
Well,
I think they can hear us, but they just can't see us.
Okay, well, I guess that's good to know that it's going out on YouTube. So
Yeah, I just got a notification for it.
Yeah, I wonder why it's not there.
Yeah,
Usually there's usually
on YouTube. So.
it's on YouTube now.
It's working now. Whatever
Yeah,
you did, fix it, Harold.
there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working.
I forgot to start the broadcast.
Well, that's something.
That'll do it.
I
Yep.
thought you were some kind of computer whiz, Harold.
Well, like the locks, there's a lot of hype.
Yeah, right.
Tom and Chuck, you cost me a lot of money this week.
Oh, really? What did you have to buy?
I found a set of the Brown and Sharp 672 tapers.
Oh, were you the high bidder?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't. I got outbid at the last second.
Okay.
But
What'd they
another
sell for?
set came on that was actually in better condition, and I made an offer, and they made a counter offer, which I picked up, so I didn't have to bid on them.
Oh, nice.
So when'd you end up giving for them?
I ended up paying $120 for them.
All right.
I think that's what the auction went for, didn't it? Also.
The auction went for a little less than that, but they were pretty badly stained. I wasn't going to pay that much for them.
Yeah. Actually, the set that Tom sent me, it looked like they were stained, and all it was the Cosmoline was still on the
Okay.
cleaned right
Yeah.
off.
When you showed them on video, they look pretty clean.
Yeah.
So the story on that is there's an Instagram guy, and I can't think of his name right this second, but he DM'd me and was sending me some pictures of some tools, and I said, "Oh, this is all lovely." I go, "What's?" He just sending me pictures to so that I can look at them or what? And he goes, "Oh no, I'm selling all this stuff," and I go, "Or most of this stuff." And I said, "Oh, okay." So I started asking questions about specific things, right? And just completely coincidentally, Chuck had asked me. We had a phone conversation about making some of those out of adjustable parallels, right? And like a couple days before, and I spotted the box, and I go, "Hey, well, what's up with that box, right?" And he goes, "Oh, they're these weird wedges, right?" And he goes, "What are they for?" So I told him, and I go, "What do you want for this?" And he goes, $25, and $8 for shipping or whatever. I go, "Okay, mail them to this address."
Yeah. I was totally surprised when they came.
Yeah, so I never even saw them in person, right? They just went straight to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
The note was in there, so.
Hey, Chuck, your package is in the mail.
I saw that. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. How much you let me know what?
No, don't worry about it.
So what else did you have to buy?
A charity case here. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's better when Tom shows just vintage books and catalogs and things like that, because you don't spend any money with that.
Oh, yeah.
When he shows the actual tools, that's when you're gonna.
Well, you can count on that. I already have the one I want, but when I show something, so.
Yeah, he's not going to create competition for himself. If he
Yeah.
shows the tool, he's done. He doesn't need any more.
Yeah.
He shows it, and then the price goes up on eebay.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, I gotta work out a commission deal with these sellers, right? And somebody that's got something, you just go, "Hey, I'm going to show one of these pretty soon."
I picked up I showed it last week, the gauge block stone, a dual gauge block stone.
Oh, a black one. Yeah.
And that one hasn't hit. Apparently there's not enough interest in it, and apparently they didn't know exactly what it was, and I got a really good price on that one.
Yeah, those slip under the radar because a lot of times the label's missing off of them.
Yeah.
They just say it's a granite block or something like that, and you can pick it up for $20 or $30 or whatever. So.
Yeah, well, this one was complete. It had the label all on it, and it's in beautiful shape. Matter of fact, I demonstrated it in my last video, the one I posted this morning.
Yeah. And next time Next time I do a run of those little surface plates, I may have Standridge make some little facsimiles of those too, and grind them, and then I'll lap them or something, so they're nice and flat. So I don't know. We'll see.
You read my mind, Tom. I was going to ask about those little surface plates.
Yeah, I just
Can you send me one?
will I send you one? You didn't have one? I thought you had one.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Stan's got one.
I got one.
Yeah. Yeah. Guess you weren't.
I was on the bad list.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go grab something. I'll be right back. So.
You know, the
Hey, check
last
out-
time I did one impulse buy from watching Tom's video. I remember watching, you know, the round Norton stone, you know, that you put on a Bridgeport table or whatever. He pulled that out and started doing it. And I actually hit pause and went and bought one. The last impulse buy, like, or what do we call these? Not impulse buys, but like influence buy was.
That's right. Influencers.
I just told a story about you. You had a video once, Tom, where you had the round Norton stone, and you were cleaning up your Bridgeport table.
Oh yeah.
And I remember I said I didn't even finish. I hit pause on the video, went and bought one, and then came back and finished the video. But the latest kind of impulse buy that I did was, you guys follow? I think it's called Laney Tech on Instagram.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this guy,
Adam Balog.
yeah, he had the Darex. It's like the real drill doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that, and I bought one of those. So I'm waiting for them to ship it. It's actually going to be shipped next week. But apparently, those things are like the real deal.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
the buckets
I-
of spent drills is just getting overflowing now.
So I picked up a Lyle like Adam Booth has, and it was at an estate sale, and I got a pretty good price on it. But I don't really like it, and so I got a second one, and I got an Oliver, which I like a lot. And so I have a Lyle that's up for grabs if anybody's looking for a drill sharpener. So
Mr. Pete rebuilt one of those Lyles, didn't he?
did he?
Yeah.
Well, the way they're designed, they need rebuilding because all the grinding falls right on the precision parts, right? So, and they're made out of pot metal, and it's really for like an automotive shop that has to sharpen a drill bit every once in a while or something. So it's not really a kind of an industrial tool, in my opinion. So,
Well, that's what Lyle was. Lyle is an automotive specialty tool supplier.
yeah. So anyhow, but it'll do up to, I don't know, 1.25 drill. So, yeah, I don't know. Not taking up that much space.
And I bought an Eagle Rock.
Winky,
I bought an Eagle Rock scissor.
I like that clamp for the
Roller.
saw. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's,
A scissor,
Pretty-
what?
it's a
I'm sorry,
bandsaw
we got,
clamp.
we got two different conversations going. Go ahead, William.
It was a bandsaw clamp. Here, I'll put it up again. It's just I think I saw it on Facebook. Just a super easy way to clamp something small.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
saw that
Just
in
a
your
piece of
video.
pipe, right? Saw it in half.
Yeah. Excellent idea.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I need a new bandsaw.
Yeah, I got a Harbor Freight.
I have like this. I have the same one, but it's an older Wilton. But I need to move up to a 3/4 inch blade.
Oh, yeah.
I still got that Johnson Model J sitting over my shed, Brad.
Mm.
So I got to show Tom this. Tom, this is what I was talking about. This is
wow.
made. This is made exactly how you did your
Yeah.
deal there.
Yep.
The shaft. Yeah.
So what's the profile of the groove? Is it just straight or what?
It's straight. Yeah. Like they
Yeah,
ran,
that's
they did, like they did it with an end mill.
Yeah, no
It
problem, man. So
It tapers out here
What
at
is
the
that
end.
for? What is that, Randy?
This it mates with this gear at 90
No.
degrees.
so
it-
it's got a helical profile then. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
the way they did that, Randy, is they use a involute gear cutter that's
Yeah.
set
Yeah, but the teeth aren't involute.
Really? Are they just worn out, or
Well, they're worn out, yeah, but at the ends you can tell they're straight sided,
really? Oh,
like
okay.
they did it with an end mill.
Okay, well, we can do that then.
Yeah.
If it's just straight.
I mean, it's
Normally the way they do that is with an involute cutter that's set at that helix angle, you know? And,
right. I've made them that way before, but this
Mhm.
one is not made that way.
Hmm.
You know, and the gear. Let's see here. The gear has an involute profile, I think, though. Believe it. No, I don't think it does. It's straight. The gear is also straight sided.
Really? How many teeth are on the pinion shaft there? Or how many grooves?
9, I think.
9.
I think,
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's 9.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a weird size too. It's just a little more than 5/8.
Yeah, that'd be a
Can you
good.
blow up Randy?
This is what?
Can Harold blow up Randy so we can see it even closer?
Oh.
Put Randy on me.
Okay. All right. Some people have to
We're
go.
gonna put in the work.
Blow me up here.
Is it-
But this is made just how Tom was doing the helical stuff on his mill.
God dang it.
Oh, I'm probably too close. Yeah. What you doing? What you doing?
You can hide me, Harold.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's like a 9-lead screw. You know, you could do this on the lathe. Oops. Oh, there we go. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could do it on your lathe. Have you guys seen the Russian guys who made the double thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you seen those guys do that? Yeah, it's made the same way, or like Tom was doing it.
Yeah, you have to have a high enough lead thread on your lathe to do that, though. That's usually the limitation. So
this is a half inch, or 0.5. Yeah.
So
I measured it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not too bad. That's probably doable on the lathe. I don't know if mine goes at. I think 1/4 inch might be the high or the fastest mine goes. So I'm not sure. I haven't looked at that in a while.
No, I figured it out. It's 0.5, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I get the thing back, or when we get free to move around a little bit, it's
but
project.
I mean, you gotta but it's going to take us. It would take a very small end mill, like 156 or something. Maybe end mill.
You don't have one of those?
Well, I do, but
I got one. Don't worry.
But doing it in steel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if you're scared, we can do it in aluminum.
No, because this is what it is the height adjustment screw for this old table saw that I'm restoring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It turns this gear and turns actually this is a square thread.
Okay.
Even on here, it's not Acme, it's square.
Oh, and it just rotates that screw then, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, it just rotates the screw, and then this is captured in a casting, so it goes up and down. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a project, like you need to hold it.
That's a good one for that that e-gear thing, So.
Oh no, I thought it's perfect.
Yeah.
I was kind of wondering.
The of that has thumb wheels on the front, so you can set the ratio, and it has a direct index feature, so you can set the number of indexes, and then when you push that button, it ignores the encoder on the lead screw and just looks at the motor encoder and rotates, like 9 divisions, 1/9 or 1/8, whatever your number of divisions is.
Sure.
Yeah. Cool.
I was wondering what I was going to use that 2 threads per inch on my South Bend for.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. Yeah.
Mine only goes down to 4.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was like, what in the world? Why would anybody want 2 threads per inch?
Yeah, no kidding.
That's moving fast.
Use that for a 4-start.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I looked at an old Axelson lathe a long time ago, and I was looking at the gearbox because I was playing around with it, and I fired it up, and now this wasn't a thread. This was a feed rate, and it would do 350 thou per rev, and which, yeah, that's a pretty good cut, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if my lathe would turn slow enough.
Yeah.
Even though I have VFD and I could put it in back gear, I still don't know if I could turn it slow enough to run a 0.156 end mill.
Oh no, probably not.
You know, that's.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of very shallow cuts.
A lot of right.
Maybe you can cut it.
And you only have to do it 9 times, but each cut's going to take you 10 passes.
Right.
Your time is worth nothing, right?
What? Oh yeah, I'm not doing nothing.
Your time is worth nothing.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What's up with your microphone, Stan? You sound like you're talking into a bucket of water or something.
It's just my onboard mic on the laptop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Blow the dust out of it or something.
It sounds like somebody might have the YouTube open also, along with the StreamYard.
Well, that could be.
Yeah, if you have your YouTube
open, but it's muted.
Mute. Yeah, you gotta mute. Make sure you mute the YouTube.
I just turned YouTube off. Does that change anything?
Maybe a little bit.
So,
hard to say.
So what's everybody up to these days? What's the update?
Building a barn.
Andy's building a barn. I saw that on Instagram.
My friend's barn. Rebuilding my friend's barn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like it took half that thing out, huh, Randy?
Oh, right down the middle. Unbelievable.
Wind or tree damage?
That was from the wind storm that we had. That took out a co-dominant, half of a co-dominant tree, and it went right through the middle of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bullseye, huh?
Bullseye. Yeah. Yep. It couldn't have been any better.
Yeah. Was that like a pole barn or a
yeah. It's made out of the sucker rod pipe. The sucker rod goes in the ground. I don't know if you know what sucker rod is, but no. It's a 3-inch pipe, 1/4-inch wall, and it's built with four frames, and then wood purlins or kind of like a rafter, but lengthwise, and then metal roofing on it. I mean, there's no real structure there. It took out some of the pipes. I got to replace those, and we got them all cut out and stuff. So we're waiting for weather so we can replace them and get in there and weld and all that.
Yeah, I've got that metal roofing on a couple sheds. That stuff's really thin. It's like 29 gauge.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna. This tree's a 115-foot tree. There was no middle tree. Yeah. No, nothing was good. There were so many people around here with houses that trees right through the middle of them. Just took out their porches, took out their houses. Unbelievable. The storm, the wind just hit here hard.
Oh yeah, it was a pretty intense windstorm. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really bad. I mean, we only lost one oak tree, but it took out the corner of the garden. But that's it.
Randy, it seems like where you're at, when nature strikes, it strikes hard with fires and wind, snow, extreme heat and drought.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's beautiful here. Just beautiful.
But it's beautiful.
Wonderful. Wouldn't trade it for anything. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all right.
How is it Stan's the only one here not wearing glasses?
I don't need them. I got them on.
I'm looking at all of it.
Right there. Does that you feel better, Dave?
There you go. Thank you.
Here's what I did. Now, so.
I just use them to read.
What do you got there, Winky? You building a new shop?
No, I just had my neighbors had a poplar tree cut down, and I had an Amish sawmill cut it all up. It's drying back
nice.
there.
Oh. Yeah. My neighbor's buying a sawmill. We're gonna set that up.
Oh, that's cool.
Amish.
Yeah.
Are you in Pennsylvania?
No, I'm in Kentucky. But,
Okay.
Same difference, Brad.
The accent sounded a little out of place, though. Yeah, I'll say that.
But they're cheap. They're really cheap, so I come out really good on it. I just got to wait a while for it to dry, probably midsummer.
What are you going to do with the wood?
I have no idea. It's just good utility wood.
Yeah.
It's I've had that's the 5th log I've had cut up. All the others have been red and white oak. I usually dry it all and then sell the less desirable stuff and break even.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to show you guys a tool that I picked up. I was telling Tom earlier, I picked up a Eagle Rock scissor knurling tool. You seen the scissor type?
Yeah.
And the guy says, "Hey, I got another knurling tool. I'm going to send you with it." And he didn't tell me what it was. And it's this. And this is just a hand. Let me see if I can get it in frame there.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a hand pinch knurler.
Yep.
And it's got a series of holes right here. It's really well built. And usually when you're doing knurling, you're not doing precision work. You're just trying to do a decorative type thing. And this is made by a company called Hunter. It's a Hunter 490. And it does nice work. It does very nice work on knobs and things like that. So I was really pleased to get it, and I've tried it, and it's faster than putting a tool in the tool post. So I just thought I'd share that real quick. That was my eBay find for the week. No, Tom's got one too. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, so let's see, I got to figure out where the damn camera is here.
Yeah,
So this is
backward.
let's see, who makes this one here? I need my damn magnifier. This one's made in Switzerland, but it's got a you can adjust it and then you can pinch down on it or whatever.
Oh,
but
nice.
I only got one set of rolls for it. But Stan's right. If you just have one little knob that you want to do or something, right? It's super easy to set up.
Yep.
And then this is a similar one too. This is made by Wade Tool, and this has just got a.
That just looks like a pipe cutter.
Yeah, it's kind of like a pipe cutter, and now there's a good project. Somebody adapts some knurling rolls to a rigid pipe cutter, because really that would work fine, right? So, but yeah, for a little quickie, and then this one I think has some. Yeah, there's some other knurls up inside there. I'm not going to pour them out, but.
Did you see the crimper for air hose that Rob Renzetti made out of a pipe cutter?
Yeah.
I thought that was clever.
Yeah, you can just make rollers for those things and just swage whatever you want to swage, right? So.
Yeah, you get yourself a nice heavy pipe cutter, like a nice little rigid, something with a nice heavy frame. It would work good.
Yeah.
So how's the pattern on gray wheels? I mean,
we had it when we had our electrical shop. We used it to knurl armature shafts to tighten up the bearings on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Worked very well. Same identical
and
one.
off you go. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, I've used one of those Wade ones before on the ships. One of our ships had one of those. I used it there. Yeah.
So how do you deal with the pattern of gray wheels?
Color case hardening on it.
Winky, you just hope that it engages into the pattern on that. No, it's that first turn around. The first rotation, as long as it catches, you're good.
So
let me ask you guys a question about these. Would you put your knob in the lathe and actually hold that? Or you put your part in the vise?
I generally don't put my knob in the lathe, so.
I don't think I could get my knob in the lathe.
I don't know how they do it in Pennsylvania, Brad, but out here in California.
Why I didn't see that one coming. The work. Shaft. Do you put your shaft in the lathe?
Did we lose everybody?
This one's a
Chuck, I saw your buddy Vincent. I saw your buddy Vincent on the YouTube last night. He's making a square.
Everybody's coming back now.
Yeah, you're talking to me, Dean?
Yeah.
I sent him. Let's see if this will come up. I sent him basically a couple of photos.
Yep. There you
Yeah,
go.
just use one. This is a big rigid one, you know.
That's just
This would work
a
perfect.
piece of wood. It's just too big for the grinder.
Okay.
I could do it, but it's I'd either have to match grind, but the problem is the 90 degree, to turn it 90 degrees. Where'd it go? Is it still there? Wait a minute, it changed. I would have to turn it 90 degrees like that and then use a cup wheel to get the other side because it's 8 inches tall.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, nah, it's not worth the effort.
So what you're saying is he's not that good of a friend, right?
No, not that good. Not going to go through it. Bastard. That's why I cut the wood sample up to see if I could fit, and it's not worth the time. So,
And that was a V block, or what was that?
It's a cast iron square that he milled, and this is just a block of wood that I made at the same size. So you can see there, it's 18 inches long, so it's actually beyond my mag. But I've got 2 of those 6x6 blocks. I mean, so I could do that long run, but it would be taking the surface grinder to the full extent of its path, so it's not going to be that accurate.
Mm-hmm.
And then to turn it on the block, I looked at trying to put it behind the mag, but you can't reach it. And so then I'd have to turn it 90 degrees and use a cup wheel on the other side. Yeah. It's not going to be precision. So
is it cast iron or what is it?
Cast iron. Yeah, cast iron.
That's a good scraping project, probably. So
that's what he's going to do after he gets it ground. He already milled it, and I've done it before. I've surface ground some things for him, and then he goes and scrapes it.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of excited, but yeah.
I saw that on his channel, and I wondered how you were going to set it up.
That's why I cut the wood block and went out and tried. Yeah, just to
that
see.
was a beautiful casting. The company that did the casting work.
And then Lee Peden, he made the rose index, and then he said, "I'm going to do a three block." So I went and printed one just for the fun of it.
I saw that on Instagram this morning. Yeah,
just an exercise in fusion for me to keep learning. But really, all you get is the 5 out of this. The other rose index does the 4 and the 3. So it was just
Chuck. How did your thing make out? I saw you were bending metal with something you printed.
On the acro. Yeah, it works. The nose. So the first nose I printed was 80%, and I bent a piece of 1/8 inch bar, which is at the max of the machine supposedly, and it worked fine. Then I made a scroll. I don't know if you know the scroll. It looks like a C.
Yeah,
I made the scroll piece, and of course the scroll piece snapped. So then I said, I clamped the scroll piece. And I took my 80% nose and then blew the nose apart. So subsequently, I printed 100% nose, and it works really good.
I got a question about it. What kind of 3D printer do you have? That's first question. And what do you run a 3D printer off of? Because now that I'm getting into CNC, I'm seeing all these great things that people are 3D printing. So it's like almost like the next logical step.
So it's running right now. It's a Ender 3. Where is it? It's an Ender 3 printer, and I'm just running PLA in it. I haven't gone to anything else yet.
What is PLA?
Somebody can.
That's the raw material that he's using. It's
Can't say or
PLA is I think it's a starch-based plastic or something like that. I can't remember now exactly what it is.
Yeah. It's
can
mostly
you print UHMW in a 3D printer?
I'm sorry?
UHMW? Is that even an option for 3D printing?
I don't think so.
It is. You can do ABS, and then there's PEX. I think PEX you can do.
Yeah, but Stan, there is some materials that are flexible materials and softer materials. So there's something I think that is very similar to UHMW.
Okay.
Brad, that printer only costs $230.
But what do you run it on? You just plug it in, and I mean, how do you get all your, your designs onto the and what do you model something, right? And then in Fusion, what do? You just cam it out normally?
Yeah,
Or is there a 3D printing option?
Actually, I've got to give credit to Harold here. He's my mentor. When I got the thing, I kept going with Harold, and he helped me out and taught me about Cura. And Cura is the slicing program. So you draw it in Fusion, you put out an STL, and Cura takes and slices it. And so a good example is like this guy right here, the Rose Index. Mr. Pete showed it on his channel, and I hadn't even seen it, and somebody had mentioned it to me. I was sitting on the couch and I went, I bet somebody's already drawn it. So I went on Thingiverse, and there it was 2 days earlier. The guy watched Mr. Pete, and he wrote, he goes, I modeled it. So I picked it up off the Thingiverse, I printed it, and then once it's in the slicer, where is this? Once it's in the slicer, you can all three directions. You can scale it. You can do anything you want to it. So I made one that holds a 4-inch pipe. Just printed it. It's pretty simple stuff.
Yeah, it looks like there's a ton of usage for 3D printing.
Yeah, right now I'm printing a door for a vacuum cover. Just trying to do it. Again, pushing my Fusion ability. It's fun.
Fusion's taken up most of my spare time these days. With the two new machines.
If some of the stuff I do, I know Randy could draw what I'm trying to draw. He could do it in 5 minutes. I'm selling these on eBay for the Diarco vendor, and then I'm working on trying to draw one of these guys, the Tommy Gage.
Oh, yeah.
Gauge pin holder. Yeah.
Randy could do this complete in about. I give him 8 minutes. He'd be I got about.
No. Is this a competition now? Oh, great.
I got about 3 hours, and it doesn't go together.
Do you watch Lars at all? Lars is good.
Lars is good. I watch Lars a lot. Lars is good.
Been watching a lot of them. Yeah.
And Lars will answer your questions. If you have a question, and he'll answer it too. And I mean, he works for Autodesk, so he has a lot of insight.
I just call
he's
Harold,
a good dude.
Harold or Randy. Or Blue Hands.
Yeah, I know.
Blue Hands helped me too.
Saunders does some good stuff.
Got a comment there from Lars.
Yeah, I actually copied one of his prints that he showed.
So this is something I designed, but this is for my wife's sewing machine actually. But so it holds a piece in here that it's like a mouse actually, and it gives feedback to the machine for stitch regulation. But this is so it mounts on there and stuff. But this stuff here, you want to make it out of aluminum or something. It's a huge amount of work. Or I can print this up and boom, boom. If I have to change it, whatever.
Is it strong?
I print most of my stuff nowadays out of ABS. It's a lot stronger than PLA.
Right.
I kind of think it makes a little more accurate prints. Let me put it that way.
And what kind of printer do you have, Randy?
I have a Prusa. Prusa, yeah. So that now you're talking $900.
Okay, and you run these things on a computer though, ultimately, right?
No, I do it the same way. I model in Fusion or whatever you want to model in Fusion, export it, run it through. I run it through the Prusa slicer, which is a really good. You can use that with anything, and then I just put it on a chip, plug the chip in, and run it.
Yeah. So
all right.
I don't have a
question, Brad.
I could hook it to the computer. I could have it directly plugged into the computer, but this thing's got to run for hours.
Yeah.
All right, so most people don't use a computer. You actually load your file right into the 3D
Onto
printer and then walk away.
Correct. Yeah.
I put it on a chip and I just plug the chip in it, and then I just select the whatever file.
I've had 9-hour prints.
Oh yeah,
That's cool.
Randy,
Yeah.
What do you got there?
Yeah, that's my box.
are these ABS?
Those are ABS.
ABS. Okay, that's one of
Yeah.
his dovetail
Yeah,
kits.
Yeah, I print those boxes to hold the dovetail cutters. Yeah.
I'm afraid to use it. I don't want to get it scratched.
Oh gosh.
There's like printing trays. I downloaded those off of Thingiverse, and then I just changed the dimensions on it. I didn't have to draw it or anything. Just open up the file and tell them what size I want it. And
What do you use them for?
this one was designed for Steve Lang's stones. His precision stones.
Oh, all right, yeah. That's cool.
Once you have one, it's amazing what you think of.
Yeah.
You just make it. Boom, I make it.
So Chuck, if you keep downloading everything from Thingiverse, you're never going to get any better at Fusion.
I know. I'm trying.
He goes, "Oh, I didn't want to draw that. I just went to Thingiverse."
I
right?
just go to
I'm trying get
Thingiverse.
better at
Hey,
Fusion.
come on now. I drew these. I did that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm working at it.
You just got to remember that you got the shrinkage factor to deal with, and if you want to get something precise, you got to print it more than once, and you're going to deal with shrinkage, and it's hard to adjust it with a slicer as a percentage.
Right.
It's easier to go into Fusion, redo it, change a few dimensions, and go from there, and do it that way.
Yeah, the other day I printed a 1/2-inch hole and it was 1/2 inch. It was perfect. The pin went in.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Same thing again. It don't go. Whether it was just the heat or what. Yeah.
The machines though are getting better and better as far as their resolution goes, and they're
Remember when Tom
getting better and
had
better.
that, you had that handle printed in metal. Remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Pete, did you see Mr. Pete did his video just the other day with the little jacks? And then somebody printed the little jack for him in metal and stainless and sent it to him, 3D printed metal one for him. So that's pretty cool. But you gotta be able to bake it and cook it and all that stuff. It's quite the process with the metal.
Yeah, the online services are so cheap that it's just not worth having one. And because the technology is changing too fast right now, and so when I had a little handle printed that would have been 10 hours of machining, and it was $60, right? And I'm like, all right, hey, I'll get two.
Wow. But a metal printer today, you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars. So
we just bought one at work. It was $350 grand. So for a little one,
but like you said, it's coming along, and one day it will be in your home shop type of thing, being able to do that. And it's not something for production. I mean, it takes me a long time to build up a supply of those boxes for dovetail cutters. It's 5 hours printing time for one box, and I can get 3 done in a day. It's like, oh man, if anything goes wrong, then you got to deal with that.
Hey, sub them out to Brad.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm really getting close. Maybe 100 more dovetail cutters, and I've made 1,000 of those things.
Really? No kidding. 1,000?
I am like way done making those things. Way done.
I'm glad I got my order in while you're still making them.
It's not going to be very much longer, I'll tell you that.
Be careful what you start making, right? So
true.
Hey, Tom, you remember my magnetic parallel, cylindrical parallel we talked about?
Oh, cylindrical square, you mean?
Excuse me, cylindrical square, yeah.
That thing,
That thing. So I met with a shop over in Fremont that bought he bought one of these guys for his Guy's got a full run 5-axis machine shop, and he bought one
of those, huh?
for $25.
Wow.
So, anyway, I asked him if he would be interested in machining those for me. And so I went and met with him, and he sat there and he looked at it and he goes, I'll tell you what, I'll make you 25 or 50 of them. And if you can sell them, then we'll talk. Not bad.
Well,
Yeah.
hey.
So that.
So these are the little, what are they, like 1 inch? I forgot what they look like. 1 inch diameter, or what are they?
They're 3/8 diameter, 2 inches long. I can go get the one. I'll go get the one. I'll be back.
Yeah, but it's a minimal investment on the material, and it's pretty cheap. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess Tom will agree. There are items that you can 3D print that you can't manufacture any other way.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy and that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be easy though.
Okay.
Easy for some of us.
Next video.
I saw Tom builds a big octagonal thing. I don't even know what. I think it was a piece of art. I'm not sure what it was. It looked like a piece of art. I saw a big octagonal thing that Mr. Lipton put together a long time ago.
Oh,
what was that thing?
We call that the Death Star. It was a truncated icosahedron made up out of pieces, and it was for. Actually, I found out later that they put some kind of nuclear thing in the middle of it that they had captured from somewhere or got from somewhere.
Outer space?
I don't know what exactly, and they caged it in this thing, and then I don't know, aimed some instruments on it and blew it up. So,
Well,
yeah.
It's not building one of those things. It's putting the very last piece in. It's like cutting the last gear on your dividing head.
Right.
As soon as you go to drop in that very last piece, all your hard work pays off.
Exactly.
Crash and burn.
No, that was a fun project. It was.
It looked pretty cool. That was on your blog years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, icosahedrons, man, those are used everywhere.
Yeah.
The old icosahedron, yeah.
Well, it's the same pattern as a soccer ball.
Oh,
And,
okay.
So it's hexagons and pentagons that are put together that have the same length of side on the flats. So and then there's a bunch of angle calculations. It's kind of interesting stuff if you're like a super nerd, but it's basically a soccer ball. So
Cool.
So,
I was just going to mention that comment.
where's there? So I can't. The original. I gave him the original. Let's see. Come on.
Yeah. Now that's supposed to be a square.
Yes.
But with a magnet on the bottom. Or
Yep.
magnetic. Yeah.
Come on, you son of a bitch. Not just a swear on your channel. Sorry.
What are you talking
There
to?
goes the monetization.
What are you talking to?
Just got banned from YouTube.
So it has a magnet on the back side,
oh yeah.
and then it was. Forget it. Anyway, so I left him the original, and so we'll see.
Welders.
Oh, there's a comment. Anybody have experience with the ultrasonic plastic welders?
No.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. Like what?
See if I can find the comment.
How do you build one in your garage, or, or what kind of plastic? I mean, that's like way too broad of a question. So, yeah.
This old Tony did something like that with an ultrasonic transducer.
Yeah, he was making his own. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to throw an ad for Joe Pye. I got his shirt on today.
Joe Piezinski.
Joe Pye.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That's okay. I got John's shirt on today. His father passed away. So
Raise
Wow.
garage.
Raise garage. Wow.
Hey, there's a question, Tony. Whoever asked that, which Tony? You talking about this old Tony?
Yeah.
I have met this old Tony.
Oh, cool.
I actually went out to dinner with him a couple of years ago.
He's a trip.
What country does he live in?
Italy.
That's what I thought.
Italy. Okay.
He's from Philadelphia originally, so he was here visiting family, and obviously, I'm from Pennsylvania, so it was about an hour drive, and so yeah, when he had his big reveal of what he looked like, I already knew. And it's like in person, you get the this old Tony on video, you get that in person. He was hilarious. We had such a good time.
Huh.
Cool.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's a good machinist and good actor. He's got a good show.
Absolutely, his sense of like putting together a video is like a small movie.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I met him. I've met Rob Renzetti a few times. I actually see him almost regularly. I had Tom Lipton come to my shop once.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who else. Greg Halligan. He's not really making videos these days, and that's about it. I'm waiting for Stan to come up next.
I'd visit you, but you're never home when I'm out your way.
When is that? I'm always home.
I come out to Allentown twice a year for the train shows out there. And I've tried to contact you a couple of times, but maybe next time. They were canceled this year.
Yeah.
So the next one will probably be what they call First Frost, which will be next October.
Yeah.
I'll get in touch with you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm always welcome to have a shop visit.
Yeah.
Rick Cornelia was here in the summer too, actually.
Yeah, well, his daughter's down in Philadelphia.
Yep.
I go see Robin once in a while because I have a travel trailer on a permanent site out in Lancaster County. I'm only 20 minutes away from Robin.
Oh.
Have you been to his shop?
I've been to his shop a few times. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm not paying attention to him when I'm there because he's talking and I'm going like, whoa. He could reinvent a pencil to make it work better.
Yeah.
Huh.
He's got a lot packed into that little tiny space.
Oh
boy.
my God,
Yeah.
is that impressive, Tom? And
Yeah.
Tom, you were the first one to talk about the helicopter mechanism that he made.
Yeah.
And I got to see that up close. I was playing with it and stuff, and he made all of that. I mean, it looked like it was 3D printed out of a metal 3D printer, and he made it all on a Bridgeport and manual lathe. And he started to explain how he fixtured it and how he made all these things, and it's just
Yeah, he made all that stuff on a little Unimat lathe, which is it's a little tabletop lathe. It's just a piece of junk, literally, right? And but it's what he had, and it actually makes you a better machinist to work on a really crappy machine like that and produce good stuff. Because then when you get on a good one, it's like, oh, this is really easy now, right? So.
Yeah, he's an impressive guy.
Such a good machinist.
So, like Brad, like you had a South Bend, right? Which is an okay lathe, right? But the difference between a South Bend and what you're running now, right, is it's like light years, right? And you're like, oh my God, right?
and getting into the CNC now, it's I have that newbie CNC giddiness because I sit there and I put the part in and I'm watching the threads going and I literally start giggling like, oh my God, look at how cool that is. Doing the threads and stuff and
free threads. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you using for CNC?
For you're talking about to like
Machine.
design?
Yeah,
I
the
got
machine.
I have a Haas mini mill and I have a Tormach slant bed lathe.
Oh, okay.
And I got them both at once, and I go back and forth to the Haas, to the Tormach, back and forth.
What kind of compressor you got?
I got a downed compressor, as you were privy to know early this morning.
Yeah.
You still working out of your garage, Brad?
Yeah.
Well, it must be pretty full.
You know what's funny is I'll say this. Preparing the shop to get the new machines in, and it was like November. I brought so many things back down into my basement, like my surface grinders back down, all the shaper. I have 2 shapers that are in pieces right now. I brought them down. I brought the granite table down, my comparator. So I actually have a lot. I have a lot of like open space in the shop now where I could kind of walk around. So the Haas is sitting there, and I could walk fully around it. I could walk fully around the Tormach. You could just breathe in there so much better, mentally breathe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Us people on the West Coast here, we're jealous of everybody with basements.
Yeah.
No.
Until you have to take the machines out of the basement.
Randy's not.
Not me.
No.
I love my basement.
Yeah.
Climate controlled. Of course, there's basements that are wet, but this is a bone dry basement.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's all fun and games until you have to take the machines out of the basement, though.
I got a daylight basement.
Mm-hmm.
I walk out in the backside, and it's
yeah.
So it's nice.
My shop's 56 by 28, and it's still not big enough.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, yeah. Well, my shop is way too small. Way too small. I think it's 28 by 24.
Go ahead, Dean.
I guess I got to show my project.
Yep.
Don't look too close at the welds. So I'm building a balancing stand, like kind of like an Anderson style.
Yep.
Yep. So the top, this is just 4 by 1.5 steel tube. I just cut the top off and did a little angling here.
Mm-hmm.
Already got the holes somewhat pre-drilled for the axles. Little stretcher on the bottom. I'm gonna bore out and ream some holes for for some ties to tie the stands together. And then I ordered some rounds. I still got to face these off and bore them. And what I'm going to use for bearings, these the bearings that come in these line skate wheels, these are nice bearings. So they haven't showed up yet. I have I took one out just for sizing, and then I've got a whole bunch of these shouldered hardened bolts that, and I mean, how lucky can you get? I mean, they're the perfect length. So
Dean, they sell those in different lengths, right?
yeah, but I've got a big jar just full.
Oh,
of these
okay.
and I had a ton of these. Yeah.
This is a scrap bin build, right?
Yeah, so far I've got maybe $10 in parts in it.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and then I ordered some standoffs, and I'm going to bore these out for the spacers, on either side of the bearings. So that's Dean's big project. What happened is I picked up a carbide grinder. So I'm going through it, cleaning it up. I'm going to put bearings in it and so forth. But I want to balance everything as I go back together. And this one's been rewound. So the rotor's been rebalanced. They used epoxy, and I'm not sure how good of a job they did on balancing it. So just want to try to do it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this came from I think it came from Pony Ranch. It was I forget the guy's name, Paul. He was buddies with Littlefield, and it was one that he had, an extra one he had up there.
Nice. That's a good project. Yeah. That's a big one, those Andersons could do, I don't know, 24-inch wheels or something like that. So
Yeah, and I wanted to keep it, big enough so you could do most of the stuff you would do at home, but not oversized.
yeah, right.
So I actually looked around on eBay to, hey, if I can buy one, I'll just buy one. But when I saw the pricing, it's like, okay.
No, those Andersons, they sell for crazy money. It's and they have bronze excuse me. They have bronze bushings in them too. They don't even have ball bearings in them. So
Yeah, I have an Anderson and it has bearings in it.
does it have ball bearings in it?
Yeah. It could do 24.
Yeah.
So I got mine dirt cheap. They labeled it wrong on eBay. I got $75 or something. It was crazy cheap.
Oh man.
One of the keys to making those work well is having a fairly large diameter disc that interfaces with your shaft that the wheel is on, because then you get good leverage against the bearings. So it's very sensitive. If those are those 4-inch or 5-inch or what are those?
They're 4 1/4.
Okay, yeah, that's probably pretty good. So
Yeah,
I gotta have for just a second. I'll be right back.
It's the
I
angle.
used pad.
It's all about
cardboard
angle.
design for figuring out the wheel size.
Yeah, 4 or 5 inches, and make sure you radius the edge, so it's point contact. Point, just radius it. It's all you got to do. And you got to have, and they overlap.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I think I got the overlap about right. I don't know if you guys can still see it. So it's going to be something.
Yeah. There
something
you go.
in that area.
Yeah. It's all about the angle, so they roll easy.
So
Use really light oil in them. Don't use grease in the bearings.
Right. Yeah, and I got metal shielded bearings, so there's no rubber seals to drag.
But don't use grease and wash the grease out and put a real light oil in them.
Yeah, good idea.
So just a whisper will turn them. Mine will roll for 10 minutes, 10 minutes. If you just spin one. Oh yeah. Yeah, and you probably have to balance the wheels themselves.
Yeah. My biggest worry is, my lathe isn't that accurate, but getting the press fit right.